What's up, man? How's it going? I got Teddy here, and we have to film a quick video because a buddy of mine is giving his book away for free. It's called Living Large, and so it's a book for guys who struggle to build muscle, but it's a little bit more than that. So if you know anything about Vince, and if you know anything about me, so Vince was I've known Vince for my whole life. Vince is the author of the book. That's him right there. This is what he used to, this is the guy I knew growing up. Our dads are best friends. Vince was a distance runner. He was super skinny. He's always been a great guy. There he is right there. That's when he was Skinny Vinny. He's always been an awesome guy, but when he was younger, he wasn't achieving like he is now. And I think there's this myth that to achieve, you have to be born with a gene that is an ambitious gene. I don't think that, and I'm going to tell you about a story, because I think this book is more than about building muscle. It's about becoming the bigger version of yourself. And I think all guys need muscle. Being a scrawny toothpick isn't something that a guy wants. You want power, you want status, and muscle plays into that. But he goes into a couple things I'm going to talk about in a sec. But I want to share a quick story to dispel this myth that you have to be born with a desire for ambition. So I've got a book, The Man Diet. I've built a business that's a multiple six-figure business. That's not to brag or anything like that. In fact, the opposite. So I was in my early 20s, and a buddy of mine's brother had a really successful tech company. The guy's super smart, and he wanted to hire guys that knew my buddy, because we went to the same school, and it's a really good school, Catholic school, and he wanted to hire athletes and stuff like that, and I was an athlete. So he actually offered me a job. It was pretty good. It was commission based. And so me at the time, so he has this voicemail that he's saved for like a decade. It's the funniest voicemail you'll ever listen to, and it's me. So it's me basically saying that, no, I don't want the job. I want a job where I can shut my brain off and get a paycheck. And it was the most unambitious voicemail you would ever hear. And he kept it, and he'd play it for people, and he'd especially play it for people when I started training him. So I started training the guy that once offered me a job, and around the time I started training him, I had started the online thing. So fast forward 5 years from when I left the voicemail to I'm training him and I'm starting the online business, and things actually started making moves. I had the Man Diet digital product, and the website was getting more views. And he's just like, where you were at the point or at the time of that voicemail to where you are now is mind-boggling. And I just want to highlight that, because no matter where you are in life, I think we all, as men especially, we all have this desire to, we all dream. We all have this desire to live larger than we're living. And that's why I think a lot of guys should pick up this book. So the things, like, it's a great book for any guys who struggle building muscle, and I think all guys should have a base of muscle. It doesn't matter who you are or what you look like, you should have a base of muscle. But there's a section in here that I think is really important. I think it's part 3. So he talks about a few things that I think guys avoid. So the first is focus on habits, not outcomes. So it's in the book right here. Focusing on habits, not outcomes. Too often we set goals, and then we set goals and we compare our journey to someone else's journey, and we focus on the outcome. But the outcome's dependent on the habit. That's all. All that matters is the habit, who you are, how you think, how you act in the present. So rather than focusing on outcomes, you have to focus on habits. And he talks about that in the book. Whether you're building muscle, whether you're getting in great shape, whether you're trying to build a business, the outcome doesn't matter. Set it as a guiding point, set it as your North Star, but then focus on what you have to do to sail, to navigate through life's treacherous waters to get there. The second is set goals in HD. So he again talks about it in the book here. Setting goals in HD is getting hyper clear about your goals. the pounds you want to gain, the exact amount of income you want on a daily, not only on an annual basis, but on a daily basis. What you need to do to achieve the outcome in the day. So the habits you need to have to achieve the outcome in the day. The second is slow equals fast. So this is super important. Another book that's really good, it's not free. This one he's giving away for free. I'll put the link in the description below, depending on where you're seeing this. But one of the better books I've read is The Practicing Mind. It's nothing magical, but it really forces you to focus on process. Slow equals fast. Really focus on the process. The act of moving the weight. The act of writing the article. The act of making the sale. The act of reading the book. Forget, in our society, holy hell, we get pulled in so many directions by so many different avenues. We get the computer, phone, the other person we're comparing ourselves to. We get pulled in so many different directions that take us away from the process, and the process is always slow. So one thing I've done is taking up archery. Archery forces you to focus on the process. I'm going shooting in a couple hours. That forces you to focus on the process. If you mess up the process, the end goal fails. So go slow with the process, focus on your habits, forget about the end goal for now. Again, my buddy's giving away this book for free. I'll put the link down below in the description. Obviously, when he runs out of copies, he put 1,000 copies up. When he runs out of copies, this video, I'll have to shut it down. So take action while you can, and take the lessons I've taken from this book. And it's a, if anything else, it's an awesome workout program that you're going to get for free anyway. So I think you just got to cover a small shipping cost, which makes sense. As I know, it costs a lot of money to print and ship books. So pick this up. It's from Vince Del Monte. I've known Vince for a long time. He's been a mentor to me for a long time, actually. So as a guy, as I've seen him live a larger life, and that's what we want in life. We want to live a larger life. We're living here. We want to increase our capacity, increase what we think is possible, and start living to living in a bigger scope. And a lot of us don't think that it's possible because we've been living as we are for so long. But that story I told at the beginning, that should provide some advice. I've dramatically improved my life simply by improving how I think and the habits I have in my own life. Man, that voicemail, I hope he still has it. It's one of the funnier voicemails you'll ever read. It's the most, or ever listen to. It's the most unambitious guy you'll ever hear. And that was me. And that was me in my 20s. It's not that long ago. So if you don't think you can change how you think, you can. If you don't think you can change your reality, 100% can. Pick up the book, have at it, and then I'll say goodbye to Teddy too. He's living large. Monster. Alright guys, have a good one.